Hi, welcome to Stories of Retirement. I've got with us here today Betty and Dave. We're very glad to have you here on the show. Welcome.
Welcome to you.
Thank
Well,
you.
thank you very much. I always like to begin the podcast interview with this question. I want to know about both your career and your life prior to retirement. But in your case, Dave, I know that's kind of a moving target, retirement, because you're still working, you're still very active in your 80s. So let's modify it. Tell us about your career and your life prior to age 65.
Well, prior to age 65, there's two big parts of my life.
Okay.
One was my family, which, Betty was mostly responsible for. We had seven of children, plus we adopted two.
Mm-hmm.
So we ended up with a very large family. In the beginning, that's when I began to work. And so I was pretty committed to working, and Betty was very committed to the children.
Right.
And we've had a very successful life together. Now
Mhm.
that's the family part, which is important. And then we have the work part, how to
Right.
make money. And that started out really slow. I graduated from high school and decided that maybe I didn't want to go through some more schooling. I was tired of it and I want to kind of see the world. So I had a cousin that told me the other thing that motivated me was I, I after I graduated, my uncle got me a job as a floor sweeper in a dirty factory, and I did that through the summer and decided, whoa, this isn't what I want to do.
Right.
So I was
Understandably.
motivated to do something different. And what I then happened is I signed up for the Naval Air Force and went in 4 years. They taught me about a year's worth of electronics training for the Naval Air Force, and part of that training was in Tennessee, where I met my wife. She was a resident of the Memphis area in Tennessee. We got
Okay.
married
Tennessee. Right.
kind of young. Yes. So that I went. Then after I got out of there, I mean, I finished my 4 years. I then went to work for IBM, and that was a kind of a low level position, but it was at least clean. My
Okay.
first job was
And Dave, what
testing.
what year was this approximately that you started working for IBM? So you've just finished
Uh,
4 years in the military.
59. Was it 59?
At the very end.
59. Okay.
The end
So
of
we're
59.
talking about the 50s right now. Okay. Good.
The 50s, yes. So the important job I had there, it was night shift, and my initial job was testing vacuum tubes. I
Okay.
don't think you could get any lower. So, I was trained to pick up a vacuum tube, stick it in a tester. If the light was green, put it in this stack. If it was red, put it in that stack.
Okay.
So
So
that was,
all that military training really paid off.
yes, it did. I mean, eventually it did, because within about 18 years, I had been promoted 8 times and was now the chief information officer of a large division of IBM. Had about 1,200 people working for me.
Wow. Nice.
So that was my success. And then from that job, I was there with IBM for 23 years, and then I went to work for Unisys in the same thing, CIO. And then there was a few others by the time when I got to about age 70. The company I was working for was here in Salt Lake City. It's called OC Tanner, and they forced their executives to retire at 65. But here I was in the middle of a project, and 4 times they went to the board and got me extended.
Okay.
So it wasn't until I'm almost 70.
Yeah.
Wow. So Betty, while
Even
he's testing vacuum cubes and putting them in the right boxes,
Yeah,
you're just living a life of leisure, a kind of a nice, easy
right now I
lifestyle.
am.
No, I mean Betty, while you were working, Dave, what was Betty
no,
doing?
no. We started a family very quickly.
Right.
Uh, averaged every 2 years, and we had our 2.5 years. We had our 7 children, and
Okay.
then we had a niece and nephew that needed a home, so we adopted them at age 4.5 and age 3. So I was really busy,
Yeah,
and
but yeah.
fortunately, I had grown up on a farm, and we became workaholics at a very young age,
Mm-hmm.
out of necessity. And so I knew how to work.
Okay. Wow. Awesome. So you go through this career, kind of the technology field, chief information officer, and you even get extended, what, 4 or 5 times. So you're now working at age 70, and then you finally retire. Let me ask you this now. What are you glad you did prior to age 70 to prepare for retirement?
I wish I had a really good story.
And that's okay if you
Because,
don't.
I don't have a good story. You know, my wife was the kind of a person that wants to save and look for the future. I
Okay.
was wanting to, you know, I wanted to work hard and become successful, which I was, and I wanted then to spend money on toys
Mm-hmm.
and have fun. So if you understand the color code, I'm red in mostly red and with a big chunk of yellow, no blue and white, and Betty's all blue. Well,
Yeah.
she got
White.
and white, right?
Yep.
So we're kind of different in that sense, and it maybe is the secret to staying together.
I do think we often marry our opposites. And
Yeah,
if we can make those differences become complementary, then we're stronger together.
trying. We're
It
still
also
trying.
could be a point of contention if we're not careful about that. So if we can respect the differences and understand them and make them again work together, you become unstoppable. That's
I just
awesome.
have to say, I just have to say that we're still working on it.
Still working on it. Yes, that's
Still
right.
working on it. Still
So
working on it.
what do you wish you had done then maybe better? Either done at all or
Well,
done better.
Betty will tell you what she wishes I would have done. Go ahead,
Okay.
Betty.
No, in his career, I don't know that I wish that he had done anything differently.
She liked the money.
No,
Okay.
I wish that he helped in around the home more, but as far as his business endeavors and our moving, I always supported him.
Okay.
Um, and I never questioned any move to a different company or situation because it always ended up uh, ended up being a good thing for him.
Okay.
And I just kept working at home and dealing with the children and finally getting one married off and off to college and that kind of thing.
All
Well,
right.
let me actually add to that, which I thought she was going to jump into right away. She wishes that we had not sold some of the houses, that we'd kept some because of the appreciation of the house. She
Right.
also wishes that we had more of a monthly savings program,
Or investment.
an investment program, right?
Right.
Which I was too busy working and having fun to worry
Okay.
about stuff like that.
So you wish you had maybe just started saving or investing a little more consistently,
Yes,
Yes.
in
yeah,
addition to having some fun and working hard. I think that makes total sense. And most of us would have more money if we had started that or done it better
yes,
earlier on, right? There's an old saying that says the best time to plant a shade tree is 20 years ago. The next best time is today.
that's
And the
correct.
and the best time to start saving money was 20 years ago. The next best time is today. All
Yes.
right. So tell me now, how is retirement kind of the way you envisioned it?
Betty, will you want to?
I don't think we had a real
Clear vision.
clear vision of
Mhm.
retirement. The one thing that I did want to require of Dave was to help around the home a little bit more after his retirement.
Right.
He's still struggling with that principle.
Okay.
But we've done well, and we're in a comfortable home, and we sized down a few years ago,
Hmm.
and we are in a retirement community with wonderful neighbors, and it's well kept and well maintained, and
And then,
I love working with photography, and I've done a lot of decorating and floor arranging and picture framing and bottling fruits. I love to bottle fruits and make jams to share with our neighbors and
Great.
family.
so let me add something to that. Can I, Betty?
And we had a boat for 40 years, and I loved that.
Wow.
And a number of trips to Hawaii and other places.
Mm-hmm.
We had plenty of fun in our life. But I wanted to say one thing, that either last year or the year before, we upgraded our motorhome to a bigger motorhome, and
Right.
we actually took a 6-week trip to the East Coast and back 6,000 miles in six weeks.
Uh-huh.
So that was, it's kind of nice that you can do those kind of things. The other thing that we appreciate is we're able to, be kind of in some ways full-time people that serve in our church
Right.
temple. So we served as temple workers for 5 years, and we were released a year ago, I think, and we still go every Tuesday and there for 5 or 6 hours. So we enjoy that.
So
And
you're giving service, which is great.
yes,
What has surprised you about retirement? That maybe, just that. What surprised you about life in retirement?
I'm busier now than I thought I'd be.
And I am too.
I
Yeah.
get that quite often, that people think that, okay, once I retire, then I'll exercise more, I'll eat better, and I'll have more time in retirement. And I think quite often, hopefully you don't have more time in retirement. You need to stay busy, right? To be happy, to have a sense of purpose and focus. Yeah.
We have all that.
Awesome. Is there any advice you would give to someone, let's say, who is, maybe 50 or 60 years old, they're getting close to retirement and the kids are gone or mainly gone? What would you tell them to get ready for that transition?
I would tell them to invest their money.
Invest
Stop
their money.
spending on frivolous things and invest their money so it can work for them, so that they can have a better retirement.
Okay. Anything you want
It's
to add to
kind of
that, Dave?
nice not having to go to work
Uh-huh.
and make money, but it's also nice to decide that you want to continue doing something.
Right. And you still are making money, right, Dave? You're still working,
Yes,
but I guess on your terms.
that's correct.
Okay.
I pick what I want to do and how I want to work.
Right. Okay. Well, listen, it's been a pleasure talking to both of you. I think this is a great interview, and you've shared some things that will be of use to our listeners. So I thank you for your time and hope you have a great, busy day today.
I hope you enjoyed the interview and learned something that can help you with your own retirement. If you've been retired for more than 1 year and would like to be a guest on this podcast to share your story, please go to storiesofretirement.com. If retirement's on your mind and you have a question, or maybe you're not even sure where to begin, I offer all listeners a 1-hour consultation at no charge. Whether we do it by phone, video call, or right here in my Orem office, I'll do my best to help you avoid costly mistakes and put you on a pathway to getting the most out of your retirement years. At Achieve More Retirement, our goal is to help you live your life on purpose. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope you'll share this with others.